Hey, was geht? Welcome back to another episode to Save and Sound. My name is Rudenote and today we do something really cool. We're gonna take a traditional folk song from Japan and gonna change it and flip it to a modern new remix kind of thing. So without further ado, let's go. I decided to choose a song from Japan because I really love the food, I love animes, and I love the people there. You know, the people are so nice, so friendly always, so that is just one thing that I could do, remixing a song. And I decided to take a traditional song which is called Sakura Sakura, and yeah, let's see how it sounds like. Alright guys, let's see what I did here. I took the sample and dragged it into Ableton. I did so many things here with the processing and it was so much fun doing it because even this instrument alone is an entire beat already, I think. If you put hard drums on it, and man, you got you can put some crazy rappers on it. Okay, so without further ado, let's listen what I did here. Usually there's one option, as you may notice, the slice to MIDI. I didn't use it here because I wanted to, I don't know, sometimes I really like using the mouse and everything, so there's nothing special about it. But yeah, let's listen to it first. So this is basically the intro and the drop kind of hook part for people who can rap on it, you know. So there's more space when there are no vocals inside. And here what I did was basically, this one is for example reversed, as you can see. Here we have, this one is basically +5. I mean, I pitched the entire sample up by 3, as you can see here. And this one is then basically +5. This one is like an ambient sound. I put Valhalla on it, basically the preset, and turned down the mix knob, and yeah, make sure you use the low cut so you don't get a muddy mix. So let's listen to this one here. Beautiful reverb, right? Okay, the next one is also for the ambience. So they kind of play together, you know. First is this, it's kind of the same note, but if you take this one for example, it's a little bit shorter. So yeah, I hope you get what I mean. This one here is basically like a ear candy thing. So by itself it really doesn't really sound good. In combination though, it sounds really cool. Here we also have a reverse going on. Oh, we should crossfade this, right? And if you hear it in combination, this one is pretty cool then. Okay, let's listen to the sample. Okay, as you can see now, this one was also tuned differently, as well as this one here. So we give it a different vibe, you know, during the sample itself, because this one, as you can see here, was a different tone, a different chord. So yeah, apart from that, here is the respace, and the respace is really cool. I love using it for intros, for bridges, and sometimes even as the main bass line, you know. For R&B songs it's also perfect. But yeah, I basically took this one here and put on also a frequency shifter. Yeah, as you can see here, so it's an auto stop going on, which is pretty dope. And I also looped this one because it was too short and I had a glide going on. Yeah, like this. It's cool. I love glides. Everyone loves glides. Okay, and then let's go to the next section, which kind of would be the verse, or a pre-intro kind of thing, because there are vocals inside, and some people, some rappers, really don't like vocals in their beats because it's too crowded, you know, so they cannot really hear themselves on it. But yeah, it always depends, right? So let's listen to the sample chops I did here. beautiful. Okay, I did some drums obviously here. And the drums go crazy, right? I use, like, they look like this, but they sound different because I use Glitch. Glitch is one of my favorite plugins for hi-hats especially, also sometimes for samples. But this one is pretty cool and easy to use. You have like so many different knobs and they do like an incredible job. And yeah, as you could hear, right? The next step would be, I'm gonna show you basically the next part of the sample, which is actually like the first one. So, but I'm gonna show you the drums for the drop or verse part. So yeah, as you can see here, I did nothing really crazy. I added some open hats here and there. I also did some like perks. And also, you know, as you can see, it was by accident, but it sounded cool. And I think those are my favorite kind of things when they happen. You know, you basically put some like MIDI files in the wrong channel and it sounds super fire. So that was kind of a mistake, but it sounds really cool, so I just thought I'd leave it. Here's a different one. So yeah, kind of, you know how it works, right? Yeah, and apart from that, there is like a different 808 going on here. I mean, not really different, it's the same, but you know, like sometimes you have to change the notes from it because maybe there is like another chord playing, so you just have to make sure that, you know, you are in the right key or you're playing the right note for the right chord. So yeah, without further doing, let's jump into the outro, which was basically just a cool part I found. And yes, that was basically it. As you can see here, I did like a bunch of editing and mixing stuff. So basically compression. I did the storage filter. The storage filter is really cool and I stumbled on it by accident. I didn't know that I have this plugin and it sometimes happened to me. I mean, we're producers, right? So I did RC20, and one cool thing that I like doing is basically using this plugin called TDR Nova, which is incredible in my opinion. It's for free, and if you click here on external and basically route like the sidechain, basically the track that you would like to sidechain, in my case it was one time the drums, and whenever the 808 hits, only the frequencies from the low range area will be affected and not the entire sound, like a usual sidechain compression. So this is pretty dope. This can also be used as a multiband compressor, and you can use it for vocals, for basically anything that you would like to do. I also did it for the drum channel, as you can see here, like the hi-hats and the kick drum and the snare. So basically 3 bands. Yeah. Alright guys, so this is kind of everything that I did for this track. I did, like, most of the time when I do beats, I just try to make them really loud before sending them out to other artists, other artists or rapper or whatever, because when they have like a bunch of beats and yours is the loudest, then they might think, okay, this one is the hardest. I mean, it's not how it should be, right? But most of the time it is like this, so that's the hard truth. But don't overdo it with the loudness. I, you know, put like most of the time, like, give it more, like some EQing here, so Poetec EQ. I just boosted the lows and the highs around 16K, which gives like a little bit more sparkle. I took out the low frequencies area from the sides so that the bass is just mono, right, which is also really important. Then some limiting, and then some saturation, like some soft clipping that I get the peaks, and then in the end always like another limiter. And this one, Voxengo Spawn, is basically just an analyzer. So yeah, let's listen to everything in total. Remember guys, you always need a license or something like communicate with the artist that you taking the song from. So you kind of, you know, like are allowed to actually release it. I think for SoundCloud and YouTube it's fine, but just make sure to contact the people that own the song before you do that. But sometimes obviously it can be really difficult because the song is really big and there's a huge label behind it. It's impossible to contact them. So yeah, just if you want to know more about it, also let me know it in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. It was amazing flipping the song into like a new beat, and I hope you like it. Also let me know what I should do next in the comments, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and remember to stay calm, focused and safe and sound.